sync. I am now recording on NVIDIA Shadowplay.
Excellent.
Yes, excellent. Hey there. Welcome to let's talk about Dark Souls. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. With myself and my dear friend, Fairy Fortune. Fairy
Hello.
Fortune.
I waved.
Hello.
Nobody saw me.
Nobody, not a single person. That's
No.
okay though. Oh, cool. Chaos Stargate brings up a good point. People watching the stream could try and invade me. Awesome.
That is true. Well, that might happen. If that does happen, that'll be pretty rad.
That's true. I will try to stay human because I spent a lot of time creating a pretty lady, and I hope that we get to see her for more than 5 seconds before I get immolated by someone with like infinite firestorm or whatever. So.
Hold up, I'm loading up Dark Souls and
Yeah,
cheating myself
I
Infinite
knew it.
Firestorm.
See, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. So this stream is gonna be like a little if you're watching it on YouTube, I guess it's a video, not a stream. But it's gonna be like a little relaxing, enjoyable chat about Dark Souls and about lore for Dark Souls and about how the pendant is the secret to unlocking the third ending or whatever. So
Yeah, the
let's.
pendant is Gwyn's firstborn.
Yeah, that's right. So you can see my two characters here, Jim Testman and Jill Testgirl. And down here at the bottom is Patchouli, our character we will be using.
You asked me for a name, I thought of Toho, okay?
The name was not my idea, but that's okay. I think it's a very apt name, so we are going to be...
I mean, her full name is Patchouli Knowledge, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this character's got a lot of knowledge of thievery, huh? Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
get jokes.
I need to turn up the everything.
Okay.
Hey, people watching the stream, tell me how the audio is, because I didn't do an audio test, because I am good at this.
I'm just good at this.
I'm just gonna hit this wall. Faye, let's talk while I hit this wall.
Okay, well the last thing you streamed was Oregon Trail 2, so...
Yeah, Oregon Trail 2 has pretty easy to balance audio, so I don't know.
Yeah, everybody could hear the clicking on cow action.
Yes. Chaos Stargate says it sounds fine, so I'm gonna... It's a little bit loud for me, so I'm gonna crank everything down just a teeny tad bit.
Well, I wouldn't believe Chaos Stargate because he has frequently been proven wrong in my LPs, but...
Oh my god. Dark Souls, Chaos Mode.
Oh no. Can you imagine?
It would be terrible.
That would be awful.
Dude, it would be borderline unplayable, but also very fun. There's a cheat engine script for this game where it just gives you a random weapon like every 10 seconds, and it's really fun. I did a playthrough with it one time. It was impossible because most of the time it gave me a weapon I didn't have the stats to use, but still very fun.
There is also a script in Cheat Engine that just like turns you into like an NPC like Hoover type thing, and it just attracts any living creature within a 5-mile radius straight to your character.
That sounds awesome.
So you could just like do that, step into like the crystal caves or whatever they're called, I can't quite remember, and just like suddenly see the Scaleless is on top of your head or something.
Oh Jesus Christ. So I am, unfortunately, because I created Patchouli before we started, I skipped the intro. I had to. Because I didn't want to spend like 15 minutes making the character on the stream, so I just skipped that. So sorry about that.
If you're here, you probably have seen the beginning cutscene.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned... Faye made the stream post in the Let's Stream thread, so I don't know if you mentioned that we were just going to talk about whatever, and there might be spoilers.
Yeah, I have... I did say that in the stream thread, but for people on YouTube, we are going to be discussing stuff that we have not yet seen, because sometimes you have to reference other stuff when talking about Dark Souls lore, because it's very interconnected.
That's right, and this game is about 5 years old now, so I think most of the people watching this will probably have already known everything that we're about to talk about. But it's still fun.
There's have you ever seen somebody doing a permadeath run of Dark Souls?
I have never beat this. I said this the other day when I was doing my test. I have never beat this game without dying. I've seen a speed run where someone beat it without dying. They did the there's a skip you can do in the Duke's Archives where you can like roll onto the banister of an elevator and you can skip the forced death. You know, at the first time you encounter Seath the Scaleless, but
Yes, you can.
I was never able to pull it off, so didn't bother.
I've Alex Stacey of the Loading Ready Run crew quite often does Dark Souls permadeath runs, and it's actually it's a really fun way to play the game if you've like played the game to death and
to death, literally to death.
Sorry, the Asylum Demon was twerking at you there. Did you see him?
Yes, we're getting a nice shot of his junk here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get out of this corner.
Swiggity swooty, you gotta punch that booty.
I gotta punch that booty with my broken sword.
Oh yeah, Physicist makes a good point. You can also skip almost all of the catacombs just by like rolling off a ledge.
You can, yeah. There's a similar one. Well, I guess you have to take the Master Key to be able to do it, but there's a similar thing in Blighttown where you can there's like a single, like a pixel-length wooden plank that you can just walk directly off and land all the way at the bottom and not die, because like he barely doesn't do enough fall damage to kill you.
Well, dang.
But no, I have not beaten Dark Souls 1 without dying. I have beat Dark Souls 2 without dying, but that is significantly easier because there are bonfires everywhere.
I think the furthest I've ever seen anybody get in a permadeath run is Anor Londo.
Which
is still impressive.
The archers in Anor Londo are just it's so easy to die.
It really is. But like, I died like 5 times in the asylum my first go around, so...
Oh, I got killed by the asylum demon like a couple times. Like,
no, I didn't even die to the asylum demon. I got killed by random hollows.
Yeah, it's because like it's easy to underestimate them, you know? Like
It
it's like,
really
these are just trash mobs. Oh well, there goes all of my health in like 2 strikes. Well, welcome to Dark Souls.
Zane died at ONS. Oh no.
That's
so like
that fight is like the stopping point for a lot of people.
Yeah, there's when I was playing it, actually, like Gnome said, there's like 4 or 5 stopping points for a lot of people. Like one is the Capra Demon.
Oh, fuck that. I mean, you can beat the game without fighting the Capra Demon. You just can't go to the depths, which means, which I think means you can't get the large ember.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, but the game gives you a couple of like +5 weapons, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think isn't the lightning spear you get? No, it's not. It's not. I'm thinking of the lightning spear you get in Sen's Fortress, but that's the regular one.
Yeah, that one's not upgraded any.
But the stopping points that I was told, like in order of when they appear, are the Taurus Demon, because it's before you get access to Andre, so you have no way to upgrade anything.
Yeah.
The Capra Demon.
Capra Demon.
Yeah, the Gargoyles.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like, you know, you're in a very, very small space fighting 2 enemies that hit really, really hard and have ranged attacks. And you know that part of Anor Londo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. That. Let's not even call it by name. Just call it that part.
That part of Anor Londo. And ONS is definitely a big one for a lot of people. Like I didn't even like. I'm going to admit this right now on stream. I've never actually beaten Dark Souls.
My God.
I am really, really bad at video games. And actually playing Dark Souls is the most frustrating experience in the world for me, but I love watching other people play it, which is how I know so much about it, because I've seen like so many knowledgeable people play through it and talk about this stuff, and also I'm a giant loser who reads up on stuff.
I've played literally 875 hours of this game. This is one of my favorite video games of all time. Like, I could do infinite runs of Dark Souls 1. I love this fucking game. But what brought this stream on is that I haven't played this game since Dark Souls 2 came out. So I figure it would be fun to do another run through of it. For old time's sake. I died.
Oh dear.
Well, I gave it an honest shot. I got him about
You did.
like 25% of the way there.
Should I mark down our deaths?
No, please don't.
Okay, I will mark down our deaths.
Oh god, no. Well, at least I don't have any souls to pick up, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Or, I guess I do, because of killing those, like, puny baby hollows.
Yeah, like, a tiny amount of souls is, you know, kind of useful this far in the game.
It is. The souls become less important as you go on, but at the beginning, like, every soul you can get counts.
Yeah. I remember having to grind for 300 souls in the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, yep. That was one thing that bothered me about when I first read about Dark Souls 2 and like the enemies like despawning. I was like, but in the beginning of the game, souls are so important. So it's like, what do you do if you exhaust all of the enemies and you still don't have enough souls? You'll be fucked. But I mean, I think they balanced it well enough that that's not really a problem.
Okay, first death is marked down.
Well, Poorly Written can go fuck himself. What I was going to show off, I was going to show this off if I started to get my shit pushed in, but he hit me twice in succession, and that just kind of fucked me over. I was going to show off that if you take some health off of him and then run away, the health stays missing, but I died, so he's going to be back at full health again.
Excellent.
Hello, friend.
Oh, you.
This is Oscar, is it? I can't...
Oscar, yes.
Yeah, Oscar of Astoria.
I'm done for.
He's actually the man that throws the corpse down to you in the beginning of the game, the first cutscene.
Yeah, the first cutscene that I had to skip.
Yep.
Hear me out, will you?
I like that they
Oscar
allow
the
you to
Grouch.
say no. They allow you to say no to him and just stay stuck in the asylum forever.
Regrettably, I have
Well, to be
failed
fair,
you.
given what happens in the rest of the game, it may be a good decision.
Torch lit.
That is true, I
There's an old
suppose.
saying in my family. Thou who art undead art
Wait,
just,
what?
So,
and thine exodus from the
sorry, what
undead
gift
asylum
did you go with?
maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient
Oh,
days.
I went with the old witch's ring because the
Okay,
thief starts
good.
with
I
the
was
master key.
going to suggest that for lore reasons. We need to be able to talk to Quillana.
It was either that or the pendant.
With hope in my heart.
Oh no, the pendant would have made everybody so angry.
No, the pendant would have been great because then I could have gotten the secret third ending, but now I can't.
An undead
It's
favorite.
secret third ending where it turns out that the Gwyn's lost Firstborn was you all along.
That's right, exactly.
Now I must bid farewell.
But yeah, being able to say no to Oscar is like being able to just go back to bed in Super Mario RPG. I mean, it's like, yeah, you can do it, but I mean, is that really a smart decision?
Yeah, or like when in the beginning of Ocarina of Time when the Deku Tree's like, hey, you have this mission, do you want to do it? And you just say no, and he's like, okay, take your time. And then
It's
you
like-
can just mess around in the Kokiri Forest some more.
Yeah.
Which apparently not a lot of people knew you could actually do.
Oh man,
Man.
I have to get used to the camera controls again. The way lock-on works in Dark Souls 1 is a bit different from 2. And I like 2's lock-on controls a bit better. In Dark Souls 1, well actually I'll start with explaining 2. In Dark Souls 2, it's a subtle difference, but your lock-on is independent of the enemy. So if you roll forward based on where you're standing and not where the enemy is. But in Dark Souls 1, if I roll forward right now, I roll towards the enemy instead of where forward is on the camera. Which, like that during my test recording, that was fucking me up.
Oh dear.
But I'll get used to it. Hopefully. I mean, maybe.
Hopefully. This door at the end of this corridor, I think that's one of the few ones in the game that the Master Key, and Neil said Master Sword.
Oh, I missed! Fucking bandit knife!
Oh no! Oh no! I love this guy's big goofy face as he looks up at you. He looks like a Shih Tzu.
He's like, duh? Get down from there.
What you doing?
And then he makes you get down.
Yeah.
I should have let him do that. If I had known that the bandit knife would have missed.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Mace says
door.
it's nothing to do with the bandit knife.
What do you mean? I thought it had everything to do with the bandit knife.
No, maybe your timing was just off or something.
No, I hit the button. Did it? I just didn't go far enough off of the platform.
Okay. So, like, this is supposed to be like a big, thing where we discuss law, but the thing is, there's not a great deal of law to do with the asylum.
No, it's just where they put
It's just a
people.
place.
It's just where they put people who are cursed.
You can definitely get a drop attack with the bandit knife, you just did it bad.
No, that is not true. I didn't do it bad. It just didn't. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you. Eat shit.
Yeah.
Silent Demon number 1. I wish if you were standing on the breakable floor part, like, as soon as you beat the Asylum Demon, like, you fall down and have to fight the second one right after.
Yep.
That would have been great.
So is there any lore about how the crap the humans transported the asylum demon here? I think it just moved in.
Yeah, I think the Asylum Demon just... Well, I mean, here, I think it... Let me look at the big pilgrim key.
Yeah, for those who don't know, a lot of the lore in Dark Souls is in item descriptions.
Big key belonging to a chosen undead pilgrim. Gee, thanks. The Stray Demon has a... Does the Stray Demon have a soul? I don't remember if it has a soul.
I don't think it has a unique soul, no.
Oh, well darn. And hey, this is a surprisingly little known secret that not a lot of people know. If you go over here, there's a guy with a soul over here. What do you know?
Is there?
Yeah. Most people just keep walking
Oh,
right
goodness.
up on the hill. And then there's over there you can see the nest where you can drop items and shit. I will be coming back here later because I want to do that to get my earned demon hammer.
Now this crow, I love this crow so much. This crow is a friend.
Oh, physicist says that the Stray Demon does not drop a soul, just a Titan slab.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this crow, there is actually like a lot of speculation about this crow and who it is and
It's the Firstborn.
what it's working for. From everything that I've read and everything that I know, it's a either an agent or a straight up avatar of Velka, the goddess of sin.
Is
So
there
there you go.
anything to actually support that?
She is I say she's never actually given a concrete gender, but she presents as female, like on the few occasions where you do see her. But I think that's only in Dark Souls 2, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, she is associated with crows.
Well, we should get 9-Gear Crow in here so he can talk to us
We
about
should.
religion. No, we shouldn't. He's an asshole. I hate him.
Yeah, he let me
Yes.
die in Left 4 Dead 2 yesterday.
Oh, what a dick. So, welcome to Lordran. You can see Crow sitting over there. Hey, Crow, go play more White Knight Chronicles. You can actually kill the crow. Well, you can't kill the crow.
No,
but
you
can
can't.
Shoot at
If
it'll fly away.
If you stab her, I'm going to believe that it's a female because it's guarding a nest. If you stab her, she'll just fly off.
It's got like some insane, crazy high amount of health. I saw a video where if you hack in a weapon that can do enough damage, you can kill the crow, but it doesn't do anything. It just goes poof and it's gone. I don't think it even has a death animation. It just poofs into souls and that's it.
I want to know what's going on with Gwendolyn. Well,
Gwendolyn has a penis.
yeah, Gwendolyn is a boy is the main thing.
Should I even bother talking to the Crestfallen Warrior. I hate this guy.
I love this guy.
He's such a smarmy dickhead.
He is, but like I love that like Oscar's like, oh yeah, fate of the undead, and like even the narration in the cutscenes is like, yeah, you can save the undead. You are the savior of the undead, and this guy just takes one look at you, it's like, yeah, okay.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
Well, since you're here,
I've seen you.
If you feel like it.
actually, 2 bells of awakening.
If you talk to this guy
One's at
multiple
the
times, he
Leviathan
actually tells you like a
Church.
bunch of.
The other
He actually
is
spoils the Capra Demon for you.
ruins at the
Yeah,
base.
it's interesting. This guy has like a whole lot of like incidental dialogue based on where you
He
are.
has so much dialogue. Like, if you
it's
come
really
back
weird.
after beating like every boss in the beginning of the game and come talk to him, he'll have something different to say every single time.
And that's the weird thing too, is that like he tells you to fuck off. So like at the end of this conversation, he says, "I've got nothing more to say to you. Fuck off." And so people just assume that it's like, well, I've exhausted his dialogue. Oh well.
Like, this guy is one of the reasons that I kind of laugh at people who say that Dark Souls, never tells you anything or doesn't have tutorials. It does. It tells you a lot of stuff.
it
You just
really
have
does.
to look for it.
This dude is just a fountain of knowledge.
For example, one of my favorite quote-unquote tutorials in the game is just before the Capra Demon. There's those stairs that you have to go to, and you fight 2 dogs on those stairs. That is a
Yeah.
tutorial for the Capra Demon.
Whoop.
Like, that is the game telling you, beat these dogs first.
Beat these
Like-
dogs.
Yeah, it's like, here's a tight area and some very fast enemies for you to fight. This is what you have to do. If you can handle this, you can sort of get through the Capra Demon. You'll be fine.
Regret it.
You'll be fine. Maybe.
Yeah,
Good luck.
I've written down a whole new category on my Dark Souls list for Capra Demon attempts. Like, I already have a heading for it.
Awesome. Thanks. See, look,
I like-
now he's telling us about... See, look, he even says, like, the lift is broken. Good luck getting there through the Undead Burg, asshole. He even straight
Yeah.
up says, like, people are like, oh, I didn't know where to go, so I wandered into Ghost Town, or, like, I fought skeletons and got to a dead end. But he just straight up says, like, go up there through the waterway.
Yeah, Poorly Written brings up a good point. Crestfallen Knight is a really good way to build the flavor of the world through characterization. He's just given up on anyone actually achieving anything.
Yeah,
And
well,
my
joke's on him.
personal theory is that he has tried to do this. Like, he was you. Like, he has tried to ring these bells himself, and he just couldn't do it.
I like to
That's
think
how
that,
he knows so much.
I like to think that he just took one look at, like, he just took one look at all the tasks he'd have to perform, and he's like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah. He, like, took one look at Quelaag and was like, welp, going home.
Yep, I'm out of here. I waited through all that poison for this.
Yeah, Physicist brings up a good point. Every other NPC is a version of you, sort of.
So here's our pretty lady. This is the best I could do with Dark Souls' character creation.
She's a cutie. You did a really good job. Everybody give C. Jacobs a round of applause
Yes.
for actually making, like, a face that looks vaguely human in Dark Souls.
See, Dark Souls 2 I can do, because Dark Souls 2's character creation is a little bit better, but this game's, like, all the sliders affect each other in really weird ways, and it's like, fuck you, player. Like, you don't know what sliders will affect what.
Okay, so we haven't actually ironed out a character concept yet, have we?
Well, we said we wanted to do a thief-type character, I guess.
Yeah,
so
like,
we might as well do that.
fast and agile. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so, I should mention now, before we really get going, that you might notice the game hitching a little bit when I enter a new area, and it's because I have a couple of graphics mods installed that make the game look a little prettier. Nothing that, like, significantly changes anything, it's just stuff like higher quality fonts and, like, little stuff, like better looking plants. With one exception, which, if I pick up the relevant shield sometime, you will get to see. And I think you'll be very excited by it. But, yeah, so if you notice the game hitching at all, it's not the stream or the YouTube, it's my game.
Yeah, everyone knows of DS Fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, DS Fix doesn't like OBS's game capture, and CJ was like, "I will just use a full monitor capture. Like, I would rather do
Yeah.
that than uninstall DS Fix."
Yeah, fuck that. For those that don't know, wow, how the fuck was that a backstab? Okay, I'm not gonna question
Sure.
it.
Okay.
For those that don't know how this game functions without DS Fix, because many people don't now that DS Fix exists, basically, the game is, on consoles, locked at 25 to 30 frames a second. Not 30, 25 to 30. And if it dips below 25 frames a second, it automatically locks your frame rate to, I think, 12 for about 30 seconds, and then goes back up. On consoles, this works, and it provides a good amount of like thresholding for the frame rate because it's easier to obtain a stable frame rate on consoles. But on PCs, it doesn't work like that at all, and that led to a lot of people constantly playing Dark Souls 1 at like 12 FPS locked at that, which is shitty.
I just wanted to point something out about those rats. They drop humanity occasionally, and that is because the rats eat corpses.
They are hungry, hungry rats.
A lot of people are like, why did this rat drop humanity? Why does a rat have humanity? It's because they eat corpses.
It's because they're the Firstborn.
Yes. Is this going to be like the joke for the entire thing?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided if it's funny enough yet or not. And poorly written is correct. I mean, you can't necessarily blame From Software for the port's quality because they did say that it would probably not be very good.
Yeah,
they haven't ever actually made a PC game before Dark Souls.
Yeah, like it was their first. It was their first go at doing anything on PC. It was a game that was intended to be exclusively on consoles, but fans were like,
wanted it, yeah.
Fans were like, please, please, please do this, and they were like, no, it wouldn't be good enough, and they were like, no, do it anyway, and then they released it, and it, was poorly optimized, and people complained. So,
yeah, and I gotta be, I'm happy for the guy that made DS Fix, Durante. He's getting like professional job offers now, and like
I'm not surprised. DS Fix is like a really, really good thing.
Yeah, it's very useful, and it's interesting. It's interesting to see him post on his blog about like the games that he is now being invited by developers to help optimize and create like tools for.
It just goes to show, like, modding can lead you to a video game career.
Yeah, modding can be very cool. Then you have, like, animated prostitution mods for Skyrim.
Yep.
My Dark Souls waifu can finally be a reality. I can't wait to bone the life out of her.
It's really odd, though, because it only took him 24 hours to do that. He made the S-Fix in 24 hours?
Yeah, he did. Like immediately, as soon as news that the port was terrible came out, wow, that guy's got sick vert. As soon as news that the port sucked came out, he was on the case about it.
So, here we have Altair in Dark Souls. It was a really weird law decision, but I think it worked out in their favor.
It is very. I don't understand how some of these enemies are able to track me as well as they can. Like, that was quite a lunge that man did. I don't know.
They can smell the humanity on you.
It's amazing. With all the number of times I've played this game, I've never collected all 100 flags. I have found all the vantage points, though.
So, Undeadburg, what I really like about Undeadburg is that it's not just a place for you to fight enemies. It actually looks and is laid out like a city, and it's so cool.
Yeah, that's what I really like. Here, let me go back here. One thing that I really like that I think personally a lot of people there's been a lot of discussion about whether Dark Souls 2 pulled this off as well, but I really like that the world is like properly interconnected, and this is like the Undead Burg is like the best example, because if you look, well, it's on the other side of the wall now, but if you look over there in that direction when you're standing on the wall, you can see the path to the Capra Demon. And then if you look down here, you can see the lower undead berg down there.
Yeah, and like I love that.
Yeah, it's all like tightly coiled in.
Like even if it's just a skybox, like it is for like, for example, Anor Londo, because Anor Londo has to be a skybox because of the way you get there.
You're right. Yeah. Well, actually, Anor Londo is in places, in not all places, but in most places, Anor Londo is actually properly modeled in 3D, even when you can see it off in the distance. Which surprised me. I thought it would just be like drawn onto the background.
No, I think that's part of what makes Anor Londo just so impressive when you get there.
Yeah. I think if I should have gone and next time I pass by Firelink, remind me to pick up the binoculars, because I forgot to do that.
Okay, I have actually written down the word binoculars, except I can't spell. How the fuck do you spell binoculars?
It's BINOCULARS.